The Knicks played an extremely competitive game against the top-seeded Nets, and it went down to the wire. Julius Randle really brought it to Kevin Durant on both ends of the floor. He finished the game with nearly a triple-double, with 24 points, 9 boards, and 8 assists on 50% shooting. Durant had a great all-around game too, with 27 points, 5 boards, and 9 assists, but on just 39% shooting. That off-shooting night was largely thanks to some excellent individual defense by Julius Randle. Here, Randle fights hard through the LaMarcus Aldridge screen, contests the KD pull-up, and Durant misses. A few plays later, the Nets inbound the ball to KD. KD passes it out to Harden, KD gets it back, fires the three, but Randle contests it and forces the miss. KD can get this shot off easy against most defenders, but Randle is 6'9" and can actually bother him. Randle also gave KD to work on the offensive end. Here, Randle isolates against KD at the elbow. He drives right by him and finishes over 2 Nets defenders for the and one. Wow. The very next play, KD tries to get back at Randle on offense, but Randle plays great defense on him. He cuts off the Kevin Durant drive and contests the pull-up and forces the miss. Next, Randle takes KD to the post. He backs him down, up fakes, and uses a nice spin for the finish at the rim. And right at the end of the half, Randle steps back and gets another and one right on KD. Durant is considered by many to be the best player in the league, and Randle really brought it to him tonight on both ends of the floor. It was Randle's superstar performance that was the main reason that this was a winnable game for the Knicks, but unfortunately, it was the minor details down the stretch of the game that cost the Knicks the win. Let's go to the last 2 minutes of the game. Good job by Rose to run Mills off the three-point line, but Mitch doesn't even get a hand up, and Mills scores right at the rim. Now the game is tied. Randle tries to post up Harden. He gets a decent look on the fadeaway, but it just misses. The next play, they get it to KD. He drives, steps back, and hits it. That's good defense by Randle, but Durant is simply too good. Unfortunately, Julius Randle made it even worse by getting a technical foul by arguing about a foul call on a previous play. KD makes in the tech, and now that's a 3-point lead for the Nets. It's understandable that Randle is heated about the no calls, but this is a crucial part of the game. Getting a technical foul right now really hurts your team. Now the Nets are up by 3. And to add insult to injury, Randle turns the ball over on this drive to the rim, and the Nets get the ball back. Now the Knicks are back on defense. They wisely send a double team over to Kevin Durant to get the ball out of his hands, and they'll live with James Harden taking a step back 3 over Durant shooting it. The Knicks are able to get a nice fast break bucket out of this, but because of the technical foul, they're still down by 1 point. Randle once again plays great defense. He moves his feet and forces KD into a tough shot, but the Knicks can't secure the rebound and the Nets are going to get the ball back. Mitchell Robinson is clearly the culprit here as he forgets to box LaMarcus Aldridge out, which leads to the ball being out of him. The Nets take advantage of the second opportunity by getting the ball to Durant. He drives on Randle and this time draws the foul. At a closer look, this looks like a clean block by Randle, but Tibbs has already used his challenge and the Knicks can't do anything about this bad call. Durant makes in both free throws and the Nets are up by 3 again. The Knicks call their final timeout. D Rose sets a screen to get Fournier open and he hits the 3 to tie the game. This is pretty bad defense by Harden because he needed to switch onto Fournier to prevent that 3. But the Knicks left 17 seconds on the clock and they don't have any timeouts left, so they need to get this stopped. The Knicks choose to double to get the ball out of KD's hands and he passes it to James Johnson. But Mitch fouls him on this drive to the rim. Very disappointing play by Mitchell Robinson here. All Mitch had to do here was go straight up with 2 hands and use the rule of verticality. That's the 3rd play we've identified in these last 2 minutes where Mitchell Robinson made a key defensive error that cost the Knicks the game. Johnson makes in both of his free throws and the Nets are up by 2 points. Fournier puts up an impossible heave from half court, and the game is over. So there you have it, sports fans. While the Knicks overall played a really impressive game and Randle played excellent, it was the minor details down the stretch that cost them this game. I would imagine that Mitchell Robinson isn't going to have a good time during the Knicks film session of this game. But that's going to be it for me, guys. What was your main takeaways from this game? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.